why I hate support players, guys. I hate support players because they are literally allergic to good takes. They're just morons. They're idiots, and I hate them. Massive L take support is by far the easiest role in the game, and it's not even close. It's genuinely not even close. You can play these heroes asleep.
Thanks, Necros. Thank you. You have just identified the 14th toxic trait of Marvel Rivals players in this community. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a video here that I'll put the link up that is the 13 toxic traits that I have found in the Marvel Rivals community. Necros, sir, you are number 14, and you're everything that's wrong with the players in this community. And I don't care if you're a popular streamer and if you're a great player, what you just said there was incredibly stupid, and I can understand why the support players in the community are infuriated by those remarks. Stick around to the end of the video because I am going to give you my opinion on the strike that support players are apparently trying to organize and implement right now in Marvel Rivals. But right now, I just want to talk about the general class of strategists and support players in general. What Necros is saying there is probably one of the most toxic things I've ever seen in the Marvel Rivals community. For a player to say that another class of players are worthless and no skill and no talent and useless is the most asinine thing I've ever heard. So let's break this down. And I'm going to start with the most obvious thing. Without support characters, and when I say support, I'm going to use the word support a lot in this video, and I'm talking about the strategists, so stop correcting me on whether it's strategists or support or healers. Support is support. Okay, you're healing your team, you're helping your team win. That's the term I'm comfortable using. That's the one I'm going to use. Okay, so without supports, you can't win in this game. And if you disagree with me, go into quick play and play all DPS or all DPS and a couple tanks and basically play a round in the game. Just play a match in the game without strategists and see how that goes. It's not going to go well, and I promise you that, and it's why a lot of people are utterly miserable after a few minutes, and a lot of people end up flexing and going to a support character so that the team gets some heals and win, because people don't like to lose. To understand this toxicity, we have to look back at what has been happening for the last 25 years in gaming, and why many of us as gamers have been conditioned to loathe support roles or anything in gaming that goes against what we normally do. So to give you an example, in games like Halo, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, pretty much any online competitive shooter, everything you're measured on in winning that game or being a good player is on how many kills you can get and how many deaths you can create on the other team. So there's never been any need or reward for anything else other than that. And to that day, in games like Halo and Call of Duty, there really isn't any room for any other types of skill or strategy in the game. So in essence, many of us have been conditioned this way. It's all about getting the most kills. It's all about getting the highest score. And in the general psyche of the competitive gaming community, there really isn't any experience or conditioning or thought given on value for keeping people alive. With the advent of online RPGs, especially, this really changed things, where people started to play roles like paladins and priests and healers who had that role of keeping their team alive. So most of the players who play these type of competitive shooting games and hero shooters, they don't understand that because they don't come from playing games like World of Warcraft, etc., that have that concept of a healer that keeps their team alive. And hero-based shooters like Overwatch and Marvel Rivals have changed all of this, and they've introduced the need for a class of character that their sole job is to keep their team alive. That's why Overwatch particularly has a role queue where people have to stick to their assigned roles, and guess what? Healers are a necessary role, and there were competitive games in role queue do not start unless all the roles are filled. So have I beat the drum enough? Have I beat you on the side of the head on why healers are so important in this type of game? I think if you're watching this, you're probably a strategist, a healer, and a support. You probably understand exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to get to the next point. Here's the myth, and I would say the misconception as well. It's both, is that players who have no skill play healer. And I hate seeing this in matches when people are having a bad match on DPS or tank, and then the team says, go play healer. I think that is absolutely ridiculous and really stupid. And you know why? Because the person who's playing that DPS or that tank probably has never played a support or doesn't play support that often, and you think for some reason they're going to assume that role and be able to clutch the game as a healer even though they can't seem to get a single hit as Hawkeye or the Punisher? No. People like me play strategists a lot because there's something special about that role that is different than the other roles. We are drawn to that role. We are drawn into helping and healing and supporting other players so that they can win, so that we can all win together. We have more of a team mentality strategy. We have more of an awareness of how other players are doing and what they're doing in the game. It transcends the normal, I'm going to go out and kill something in the game. Playing strategist is a higher calling. It demands a more mature mindset and incredibly more patience, and I would dare say skill to play. As a musician, particularly a bassist, I understand the strategist and support skill. As a bassist, you're not the main character, you're not the lead guitarist, you're not going to be the person that everyone's going to start screaming for when you start playing a bass line of eighth notes. But like a strategist to Marvel Rivals, the bass player is a necessary component to the band. It gels all the other instruments together, and without bass, it sounds like garbage. So without great strategists or support, your Marvel Rivals team is trash. And us strategists, we don't need to be the main character. We don't need to be the MVP. We don't need people to worship us. We just want a little GD respect, okay? That's all we're asking for. And we deserve that respect because strategist supports are harder to play. And you know why they're harder to play? Because we have to monitor the health bars of our entire team. We also have to look for opportunities to attack and damage enemies and finish off kills. We have to monitor our cooldowns. We have to monitor the ults of the other enemies to time our ults to counter those ults. There's a lot we need to do in this game, more than people can imagine. So no, it's not about low skill, just shooting and aiming and healing people without using a brain cell. Oh, and I'd be remiss not to add that we juggle all of those responsibilities and tasks and thoughts while we are being mercilessly hunted by everyone on the enemy team the entire match, who seems to blow by our tanks and our entire team just to torture us and torment us in the back line. And we do that without getting so much of thanks, and if at worst we get a good game, no heals, and a lot of wrath and hatred from other players and lack of respect in the community. See, this is why no one wants to play strategist. This is why no one wants to fill that role. But you know what? We are better. We are better at that, and we can handle it, and that's why we do that. So am I going to participate in the strike that's going on in the community of people refusing to play strategist? And my answer is absolutely not, and for a couple reasons. One, I love playing a strategist. I love healing people. I find the task exhilarating. I find matches exhilarating to be able to make such a difference and save people's lives in the game and just play at a whole entirely different level than most other people play this game. I'd love that, and I'm not going to give up my fun in the game just because a bunch of people have gotten angry over something some dude said, all right? And second, the purpose of a strike historically is for people that are employed who want better wages, they want better benefits, they want better hours, they want better treatment. What are we striking for in this game? What are you hoping to accomplish by refusing to play a strategist? What is it? You want Necros to say he's sorry? You want other players to respect you more? That stuff isn't going to happen. It's meaningless to me to have a strike in a video game. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So what should you do? Well, if you're a strategist, keep enjoying the game, keep practicing your skills, keep playing well, keep taking care of your teams, keep having fun. Don't let anyone get to you and dictate how you're supposed to enjoy this game. And if you really want to get better as a strategist, like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be creating a video within the next week on how to deal with divers as a strategist. Now, if you're not a strategist and don't play that role often at all and have no desire to, that's absolutely fine. Keep doing what you do, but just keep in mind how important the strategist role is. So that's what you can do as a non-strategist player, is be more aware and help your strategist out. And if you really want to go pro and be the ultimate team player in Marvel Rivals, practice a certain strategist and learn to flex so that other people can change roles when the team composition demands it, especially in higher elo ranked games. And if you want to learn how to play a really great strategist, and I'd argue the best strategist in the game right now, I have a link right here in the video to my latest video on 20 reasons why Rocket is the most amazing player right now in Marvel Rivals. So that's all I really have to say about this subject. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm full of it? I really love to hear your feedback on this. What has been your experience? Do you play a strategist? Are you a one-trick DPS and you just think I'm just an idiot and you want to debate me? Please bring it. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching this, and we'll see you soon.